Today I've got some African Blackwood here set up in my lathe for a Revolver click pen. I'm going to be making this up for a coworker of mine. He really liked it and he wants a really dark theme, so we're going with a gunmetal parts on it. We're going with this African Blackwood, and then it's already got like a black grip section on the upper side where the clip slash trigger is housed. And so we're going to get this turned up. It's going to be a fun one. Things to note about the African Blackwood: it's a very dense wood. It's very oily. It cuts real nice, but it cuts slow. I recommend carbide tools, but you can always cut it with carbon steel or high-speed steel. It will cut just fine with those. But I like carbide because it leaves a really clean cut on it, and then there's less sanding that you have to do afterward. And I just changed my Easywood Tools carbide bit from the negative rake R2 scraper to this standard rake R2 scraper. You see I've got a blue line on there. That actually is the dull edge from where I've been using it the most. So I just marked it with Sharpie. Then I rotated it 90 degrees, and so now I've got a nice clean face on there, and I'll know which one is my used face. When this face gets dull, I'll mark that, rotate it one more time, start using this edge. I'm going to get this sanded up, get it polished. I'll see you when we're ready for assembly. Okay, so I've polished this up all the way through 1500 grit, so it's already looking really good. I'm still going to do a CA finish on this because the customer wants a really high gloss. And while this wood will polish to a really high gloss, I can get a perfect, extremely high gloss using some CA finish, so I'm going to do that. Now, like I said earlier, this wood is really oily. I've been already cleaning it up with denatured alcohol for a few minutes now, and so this is where I started, this is where I am now, or this is where I started. This is second swipe, third, fourth swipe, moved on to the back side. Here's the fifth swipe. Here's the sixth swipe. It's been like 5 minutes, and you can see it's still seeping oils. So you just keep doing that until your patch starts to come out clean, and then you're ready for your CA finish. I find with the African Blackwood, sometimes it can take up to 20 minutes worth of just cleaning it with denatured alcohol, and then it still keeps seeping oils. You know, it could take 20 minutes before it finally stops, and then you can put your CA finish on. You do not want to put your CA finish on if it's still seeping oils, because then it won't adhere to those spots where the oils are coming out, and you'll have a shiny spot underneath your CA finish that does not look appealing. So just a helpful tip. I'm going to keep at this, get my CA finish going, and we'll see you in a minute. Time to get this put together. This thing's really simple to put together. All that you really have to do is just put your rear piece on like that. Take this little coupler, put that in the front right there. And then you press these in together. Just like so. And then because these have a cup to them, I actually have to take something flat in order to press it in the rest of the way. Like this little piece of stabilized pen blank I made a while back. You just hold that right there. Press that in the rest of the way till it's flush, and then assemble. Alright, I'm going to drop my ink down in. And you kind of have to find there's a sweet spot where it drops all the way in, because it's got like a little cup that ink sits inside. So you kind of have to fish around, move it till you find that cup, drop it in, put the flared end of the ink outward. Thread your bullet tip on. Then thread your plunger onto the rear. You don't want to put your plunger on before you press your pieces together because you can break the click mechanism. And then test for function. So you can see right there, press in the plunger, the cylinder rotates, the ink comes out, pull the trigger, cylinder rotates back, and ink retracts. It's a nice pen. Really happy with how that turned out. Got a really high gloss on that Blackwood. Can't even see the grain and the wood now in the camera, but in person you can see a slight difference between the grain and the wood, the softer wood, even though all of it's hard. But black grip, you got that gunmetal. Watch that cylinder turn there. If I can get it to focus. Watch that cylinder turn. Really a slick pen. Alright, I'll get that off to my customer.